How we going, guys? Chuck here from Hot Golf and Chuck's Reviews, and I've got a treat for myself, a brand new club, and I'm going to go over it with you right now. I'm really excited. So you've obviously seen by now that I've got a Callaway EPIC driver. It is how I've just picked it up from the shop, custom made to suit my swing. And yeah, we're going to check it out right now. I'm going to have a few swings of it, and I'm going to tell you why I switched drivers to the Callaway EPIC driver. So we can see now, I'll take the, oh, what do we got, what do we got? Let's just start with the head. Let's just do the unveiling. Oh, what have we got in here? Oh, okay, cool. So this is the tool and things like that. Little book, instruction manual. It's probably got like a registered type of a deal. So that's the adjustment. It's like a little star sort of shape, Allen key type thing, and it'll be like a torque setting to a certain pressure, like a certain torque setting. So yeah, that's the Callaway one. Just pretty stock standard black thing. We got the how to use your head. Looks like it's a similar setup to the Titleist with the double fitting. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but see how it's got like a double fitting? It'll be like A1 is, standard sort of fitting, and A2 is like closed a bit, and B2 is like closed drawer setting, and it's got all different settings. So I'm gonna have to read up on that. Yeah, and it affects loft through that as well. Oh, yeah, sorry, now that I think about it. But it says here, with this new setting as opposed to the Titleist one with the two sort of cog setting thing, well, three cog really, because there's the two intermediate pieces, and then the one that's sort of that's on the shaft on the tip that gets bolted through the head. So there's three sort of settings. One that manipulates and augments the loft of the face of the club, and then you've got other ones that in effect like where it sits at neutral, closed, or whatever like that, and things like that. So yeah, that's cool, very cool. A little bit in depth for me. I think I'll just put it on the neutral setting and then go from there. The head cover looks cool. It's like your standard sort of boxing glove that you see on I think TaylorMade were the first ones to bring these out, and then they're just like a basic, like they just a simple sort of synthetic canvas sock with all your stuff on there. It's just one type of synthetic piece on the inside, and it's just got your elastic through the center that sort of pinches around the head. It's cool. It's you might not be able to see it now, but this green is quite like leery, and then you've got like this carbon fiber type of synthetic looking type stuff, and then the rest of it's like this silver sort of matte, shiny matte finish. It looks cool. It's very cool. Cool design. I'm going to be happy to have that sitting on the bag. So, the EPIC driver. Well, this is the head. There's two different heads. One that's got a weight sort of that's manipulated like around the back end of the driver head, and then you've got this one where you can just either put weight forward or back. There's a 12 gram weight that you can swap to the back, and this is a 2 gram weight at the back. I'm going to leave that in the front. I want all the center of gravity to move forward a bit, lower flight, things like that. Tour players, they like stuff in the back. And then the other driver, you'll see you can move it. Like the problem with that for me is I already hit a high ball, and like spin and things like that. When the weight's at the back and you can manipulate it at the back, it's constantly at the back. So I wanted my weight forward, and then I'll try and manipulate my swing, and if I have to, I'll change these cog settings that we were talking about before. But as you can see, it's got carbon fiber on the bottom, unlike anything else out there. It's got carbon fiber on the top, like the M1 and a few other clubs. And in the face, through here, it's got a new Callaway technology called jailbreak. It's just an extra strengthening sort of point through there. So instead of when you have impact off the face, you know, the metal will sort of stretch this way. Well, this is keeping your face sort of at its strongest point without, you know, like they've only got certain weights they can use and they can't sort of put too much strength in there, but it's keeping that stronger through the face, and they reckon that gets more distance and things like that. It's a very hot head, and it's been selling like crazy. The M1 and this thing are just running off the shelf. So it's going to be cool to see how it goes for me personally. One of the biggest things is the shafts. Like, you can get Fubuki and a lot of standard shafts with Callaway, but this is what was suited to me. It's even got the little tag on here I have to rip off. So this is how it just comes out of Callaway's factory. So I'll have to rip this thing off. Bear with me, guys. There's your little. So that's how new it is, just to prove how new it is. I'm using the Adila Rouge. It's a low fight, low spin shaft. Where's all the writing? There it is there. So you can see my settings. I think it's the 110 MSI, if you might be able to see there. Yeah, cool. And I think they call this the black one. It's got like this cool, if you can see all this sort of silver schmurd paint, it looks pretty cool. And then you've just got like this, you know, like technological sort of computer chipboard sort of print on here, and then it goes into like this pearl white shaft from there down to the Callaway tip with the cog. Pretty looking shaft, guys. I really like it. Now, this is an X-Flex. My last shaft was a stiff, but like at the time with my swing, this was like 8 years ago when I got it, thanks to the Golf Gurus. It was suited to me then, and that speeder shaft I actually tried in this head, and I tried this shaft in my Mizuno head, and I had a lot more success with this shaft, so that's why I've gone to this shaft. But this particular shaft, I've tried M1s, I tried a lot of different stuff, but this particular shaft, the Adila Rouge, with this particular head, I think they call it the Sub-Zero version, you can see the jailbreak technology there. I'll just show you that. That's where those strengthening sort of rods go through onto the face and hold it from expanding that a ways. So obviously if you're losing energy from the metal expanding out, you're losing off the face because it's getting pushed somewhere else. So you want to keep that as firm. Well, the idea behind it, I think, is keep that as firm as possible, and then the more energy goes through the ball, and you get closer to the highest smash factor of 1.54 or something like that. You know, it depends on your club head speed and things like that. But it's cool. It's cool, yeah. But what I was saying before, I digress. The reason I went to this is because I had really high spin numbers, and I do at the moment, and I've lost distance. I get big sort of flaring up ballooning shots at the moment, and I might be accurate, but I'm hitting where I'd usually hit a 7 iron and 160 meters, I'm hitting a friggin' 6 now, you know, like, it's frustrating as hell. I've lost distance, and I want to sort of curve that. So that's something in my swing I'll change, but I've always had higher spin. I've always known that with my drivers for the last 2 years. I did a lot of testing, and just recently I redid all my numbers, and I did it over a series of weeks just to maintain consistency, to see what I was actually at. And with my Mizuno, I was at 3,500 RPM spin. And that's because, and my angle of attack, like the launch angle of the club was 12 degrees, so I'm using a 9.5 degree Mizuno, so it's only a little bit more than, so, you know, 11 or something like that would be good for something like a 9.5 degree driver head. With this, I was launching the same angle of attack, and my spin, on average, over 20 shots that I tried, the second time I tried this particular setup, I was down 2,600 and something RPM spin. That translated into better carry distance and then better roll. My better carry distance with my old driver was 200 and, well, my old Mizuno, my carry distance with the speeder shaft was about 240 meters on average, which is not great. Not great. I've lost a bit of distance, and that's because of the spin and things like that. But I'm starting to hit draws again and things like that now. This, on average, with this shaft, was 265 meters carry distance average. Lower spin, lower rollout. Those numbers, like, I think I tried it over 20 shots with this. The second time I tried it a couple of days earlier, and I was thinking M1 and a few other things, these drivers that are just sounding like crazy. And then we tried this in this particular setup, and for me to go from 240 meters carry to like 260 meters carry on average over 20 shots each, those numbers you can't deny. And from that, it's something I had to do. So there's nothing better than getting a new club, and I'm so excited. I'll show you a bit more around the finish of this thing. It's got cool green, as you can see here. It's finished off really well. There's a bit of scum just from sitting in the postal packet. You can even see the detail on the front. It's sort of like laser embossed in there by the looks of it. It's not actually like imprinted, it's just laser embossed. On the crown, you can actually see, we'll get the light in the right spot. I hope I can see that. You can probably see up here near this light spot the actual carbon fiber across the whole crown. And these things at the top here, they are actually indented. Are they raised or what are they? Oh, they're actually paint. They're actually paint. They're sitting on top. You can see them sort of glistening there. And then you get your center point line, which I don't mind. I like having a center point line when I line up because you sort of don't have to judge. So anyways, guys, let's have a few shots and see how it performs. So I'm at home, guys, testing out my new Callaway driver. I've got my Callaway ball and my Callaway glove to go with it. I haven't hit this yet. I haven't even warmed up, but I'm just going to have a few swings here before I go out in the course tomorrow, and I might show you a bit of that. Check out my first 3 swings with the Callaway Great Big Bertha GBB EPIC Sub-Zero jailbreak technology driver. Right, wow. My initial thoughts are, it feels amazing. The shaft feels a lot stiffer, which is what I like. The other one was a little bit too flexy, but you know, when the numbers are there, the numbers are there. Sadly, in the last 8 months, I've changed my swing. I've done a few things differently, and I need a different shaft now. That was the cruel reality. So I was looking for a different shaft, and I couldn't go past this shaft with this head, with the numbers that they can't lie, over multiple testing days. So that felt great. It felt amazing. The head feels light. It's a funny thing with the carbon fiber, because on the takeaway it just kind of feels really differently weighted. Well, for obvious reasons, it feels really differently weighted in different areas. It looks sick. You might be able to see how it's sort of like a black, and then it just sort of fades into this transparent, so you can see the carbon fiber on top. Love looking down at the crown of this thing. You sort of look down and you just go, this looks like quality. I'm digging it, guys. I can't wait to try it on course. Check it out then. Check out our next vlogs and everything coming soon.